This is just a quick walkthrough demo of Ally in Blackboard Ultra. So the first thing you'll notice in your course is that your learning modules won't have the Ally gauges or file transformer symbols on. They're just containers really. It's the content inside them of the right types that can be assessed by the Ally tool for their accessibility status. So expand it, and there you'll see all of the content types that it can check listed under there, and some of these are containers themselves and might have linked documents in. And here you can see in this item added to the Blackboard Ultra course, got the gauges and the alternative format icons showing next to the names of the content. All of these happen to be PDFs, but it can do Word, it can do PowerPoint, it can do OpenOffice and LibreOffice, and it can do images, that kind of thing. Okay, so as an instructor you want to see how you can improve a particular item. So this PDF is deliberately problematic and has lots of issues. You can see that it has multiple issues because it says all issues. Gives you the overall score for the document as it currently stands, which is 58%. And it tells you what the issues are. So the first issue, PDF contains images without a description. If you look in the center here at the top, you can see that there are a total of 21 images without a description. And you can cycle through the document to each one. And you will notice that in this document, it was actually a PowerPoint converted to a PDF, that the audio symbol for the slides has been added as an image, which has no alt text and it hasn't been marked as decorative. So that's one issue. It also has text with insufficient contrast. So if you click on that, again, you can see up here there are 22 text fragments with insufficient contrast. See, this one's so poor you can't see anything at all. So again, you can click through these. It will tell you what the issue is. It will recommend the kind of tools you can use to verify whether your contrast is good enough. And it will tell you why using sufficient contrast is important and what colour contrast is. So, what was the last one? The last one is this PDF does not have a language set. That's a very common one in PDFs. So it'll tell you what it means, how to fix it, or why you should fix it. And what you'll find with PDFs largely is that you need to have access to the original. In fact, in most documents, you need to have access to the original with the original software it was created in to correct any issues. So my recommendation for the best practice workflows for your content in your teaching courses is to make your items born accessible in the original software you use to create them. That way you're likely to get the best possible score you can in Ally, though you will notice that there are one or two differences between the accessibility checker in Ally and accessibility checker in things like Microsoft Office tools. The algorithms are distinct in each software offer, and they have slight differences in what they can pick up and the suggestions and processes that they have associated with them. Please do bear in mind that these are automated accessibility checkers built on algorithms. If they say it's 100% accessible, they mean it's 100% accessible by what they can see, determine and assess, not 100% accessible by overall status. You still need to be in control as the pilot. You need to make decisions as a human. So let's close that and see what you see as a student. If we come out of there, go to student preview, scroll back down, expand the menu, open the same document. Which document was it? Is it that one? Can't remember now. No, it's a different one. Oh no. Okay, it is the same one. So you'll see that the student can see the file transformer icon, but they can't see the gauges associated with the document types. So they don't know what the score of your documents is, but they can request an alternative format for this PDF. So if they click on that A symbol, they can either download the original document, which is a new feature this year in Ally, or they can have it converted to one of the following file types. So as it's a PDF, it can do any of these options. You will notice slight differences depending on the original document file format in what types of files it can convert to. So they can have it as an HTML, an EPUB, electronic braille, audio, a Beeline reader, immersive reader, and a translated version. It can be a very useful tool. That said, it is not necessarily the best option for a particular document. You will need to advise students. So an example would be a visual poster could be converted to HTML, but what you would get would be very messy and unreadable for assistive technologies as well as humans. So they just click the download. The first time for a file conversion, particularly for the translated version and the audio versions, can take a couple of minutes, but it caches that copy, it stores that copy. So any subsequent student asking for the same document in the same format will not have to wait that long. It will literally be a matter of seconds because it will just reshare the copy. Okay. Discard that. So the final thing for staff is that you can access through the books and tools, the view course and institution tools, the accessibility report from Ally. And that will give a report on your course's profile accessibility wise of the document types and content it can assess. So here you can see a breakdown of the number of documents of a particular type in the course at the moment. It also breaks down with 2 filters, the content that is easiest to fix and the content that has the lowest scoring grade. So those are the most severe and the most likely to be unusable by students. But you can decide on what you're prioritizing in any session where you're looking to fix things. Below that, you can see all of the remaining issues and they're ranked by severity. Glad to see there's no red ones, according to this, but there are, because we can see them up there. Okay. So when you click on any of these, it should open the file with the remediation pane open on the side. So in this one you can see all of the elements in this diagram as separate images without a description. So the way to resolve that would be to group them all and give alt text for that one image. So there you have it. You can see your whole module or course run accessibility status. You can use that route to get to content directly and deal with the most severe issues in a short session or the easiest to fix issues. You can also generate alternative file formats for yourself or your colleagues' use as well as your students. And you should test any content that you think your students are most likely to convert into alternative file formats. So I'd recommend, if you know you have a document that's quite long-winded, quite a lot of reading, likelihood is quite a few students will convert that to MP3 to listen on the go. So test it. Does it work? Does it sound right?